evening, Zimbabwe. Welcome to Live Talk, The Connection, a platform where we discuss issues affecting young people. We are coming to you live from Studio 7 at the Voice of America in Washington this Tuesday, November the 29th, 2022. I'm your host, Ntungamili Nkomo. Tonight, we are talking about the FIFA World Cup games currently underway in Qatar. It's been a tournament full of surprises, a thriller propelled by twists and turns. It's plot absolutely remarkable, and that's what makes the game of football such a beautiful one. So far, 5 teams have booked a place in the round of 16. These are defending champions, France, and close contenders, Brazil, Portugal, Netherlands, and Africa's Senegal, which beat Ecuador 2-1 in a Group A match played today. Netherlands beat World Cup host Qatar 2-0. Qatar, Ecuador, and Canada are the only teams that have been eliminated from the tournament so far. After storming into the next stage of the World Cup games today, Senegal may be joined by other African teams, Cameroon and Ghana, that boosted their chances yesterday with exhilarating performances after a poor showing in the opening stages. Ghana beat South Korea 3-2, while Cameroon came from behind to tie the game 3-3 with Serbia. Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal dispatched Uruguay 2-0, while Brazil edged Switzerland 1-0. Lichona njani sapho lweZimbabwe siyahlangana kuhlelo lwabasakhulayo olwe Live Talk, The Connection. Lamhlanje sixoxa ngemidlalo yenguqu FIFA World Cup eqhubekayo kwele Qatar. Izolo amaqembu ase-Afrika atiyele Cameroon lele Ghana adlale kuhle kakhulu. IGhana inqobe iSouth Korea nge-3-2, kwathi iCameroon yona yaba ngutshikilo bhanqa 3-3 leSerbia. Lamhlanje imidlalo ebikhona eleSenegal libe liqembu lakuqala kuzwekazi leAfrika ukudlulela phambili ukungena kustage esilandelayo esingathi igroup of 16 ngemva kokunqoba iEcuador nge-2-1. INetherlands yona inqobe iQatar nge-2-0. I-Iran le-America USA ziyadlala ngo-2 o'clock ngesikhathi sakhona apha eMelika. Kuzokuthi ngesikhathi esifanayo kudibana iNgilandi le-Wales. Kwaziwa ivatereri nasimuchirongwa che-Live Talk, The Connection, tiri kutarisa mitambo yenhabvu ye-FIFA World Cup iri kuenderera mberi kuQatar. Nezuro Ghana yakatamba zvinonwisa mvura ikakunda South Korea 3-2. Ukuwo Cameroon ichiita mangange 3-3 neSerbia. Nasi Senegal yarova Ecuador 2-1. Izvo zvaita kuti chikwata chemuAfrica ichi chipinde mumakwikwi ezvikwata 16. 16. Netherlands yarovawo Qatar mumutambo wemugroup A nasi. Izvi zvinoreva kuti Qatar, Ecuador neCanada zabuda mumakwikwi aya manheru ano. Wales neEngland ziri kutashurana, ukuwo Iran neUSA ziri kutamba mumutambo wekupedzisira mugroup B. And before we cross over live to Doha in Qatar for an update on today's matches, let's take a look at what soccer fans and personalities in Zimbabwe are saying. Here is former ZIFA Vice President and now Member of Parliament, Omega Spanda.
I've served in football for a long time and I've seen World Cups, but this one seems to be one of the best World Cups in terms of performance of those so-called minor teams. like for example, Iran, Costa Rica, they've done well in the World Cup. But I look at countries like Germany, they are a disappointment, including Belgium. They are not doing well. Also, Argentina did not do well. What does this tell me? My personal view is that they are still using old players. These players have seen it all. Some of them have played in the World Cup for the past 5 appearances, which makes it difficult. If you look at agility, you look at strength, you look at attack, the younger players, like, for example, the Japanese team, it's got very young players. They run, including the USA, they've got young players, so they cannot compete. But if I look at the World Cup and say, for example, I look at Morocco, who have done us well in the World Cup, we're happy for Africa. I look at ourselves, I think we're going to qualify here with those standards, using our own junior players, young players. I also observed that the standard of refereeing is very high. It's very high. There are few complaints, and also the rate at which penalties are being given is not as many times as before. I've seen these big players like Lewandowski missing penalty. You can't miss a penalty in a World Cup.
Definitely you can't, otherwise you'll be crucified. That was Omega Spanda, ilunga letalele parliamente, njalo wake waba ngumsekeli kamphathintambo weZIFA. Obexoxa lapho lentatheli izindaba yeStudio 7 uEzra Chisa Spanda. Former Zimbabwe national team midfield maestro Ronald Gidiza Spanda says this edition of the World Cup is like no other.
So far, the best World Cups I've seen, and very competitive, you know. There have been so many surprises. Who have thought that Argentina will lose to Saudi Arabia? So you see, this tournament has been very competitive, and I'll say one of the best so far. Imagine, we've not even reached the second round, but I've seen so many good matches and so much competition, you know. The teams have been playing well, and I'm happy. I'm impressed so far. I'm happy with the standard of football I've seen so far. Yes, our brothers have tried. I'll say they've tried. Senegal, I thought they'll take us somewhere, to the quarterfinal somewhere there, but in the tough group, yes, they lost their first match, but they came back strong against Qatar and won that match, but I'll say yes, now the destiny is in their hands. Going to the last match against Ecuador, where I can see them pulling something off. But yes, Ecuador is a tough team. I saw them the other day. Yeah, they are good, but our teams are trying. Obviously, it's tough there, but the way we are competing, the way we are trying, see, we lost some first games, we lost some games and other teams drew, and Senegal lost, but I'll say I give Senegal a chance.
Former Zimbabwe national team legend Ronald Gidiza Spanda axitaura nemutori wenawu weStudio 7 Joseph Njanji. Legend ke lelo, uGidiza unkhumbuza ngezikhathi zakhe edlalela iMazulu. Sisiyambona laphana eLuveve. Ngisayintathela izindaba esacathulayo ngisiyakhava ibhora. Hayi wayedlala okumangalisayo. Sixoxe njalo lonompembe wesifazana uSabelo Sibanda.
Mama imidlalo ibonile sibonile ke kulabo referee abangomama kulo nyaka iWorld Cup kuyinto ethini kuwele.
Kuyabongakala sibili sesikubonile iFIFA isizamile ukuthi ithi ibise omama labo ukuthi babe khona kule stage. Siyakubongela kakhulu, kodwa sithi kuyenzeka sibone omama abanengi labo bephiwa ithuba elokubana babe kuleso stage.
So uthi ke iminyaka ezayo ingcebeza abaningi omama.
Sithemba kunjalo ngoba omama sebetshengisile ukuthi labo bayenelisa ukwenza lokho kwenziwa ngabobaba. So iminyaka ezayo sithemba sizabona iFIFA ifaka omama abaningi.
Sikhangelele ke imidlalo yangikhona le edlalwayo khona ngale abalabo abatshayo nompembe ubabona njani?
Sesibabonile nompembe bangikhona, kodwa sithi bangenza ngcono kulalokho abakwenzayo, abanye bakhona bangenza ngcono. Lokho singathi ma kuyikuthi kuyenzeka iFIFA iyenze ukuthi onompembe babe consistent lokho esingathi ukwenza kwabo kungaze kwaya phansi kuye phezulu kuye phansi kuye phezulu ngoba siyabona ukuthi kule ndlela eziningi abangayenzi okufananayo bonke.
Unompembe wemidlalo yenguqu uSabelo Sibanda ixoxa lapho le ntatheli izindaba yethu uEzra Chisa Sibanda. We are now joined by our VOA reporter Sunday Shomari live from Qatar. Sunday, welcome to Live Talk.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, what's the mood like in African circles down there after performances yesterday by Ghana and Morocco, as well as Senegal winning today and advancing to the group of 16?
I'll tell you, the African circles is like they're over the moon right now. This is a great win for Africa. So many people are happy around here. They're jumping and screaming. Unbelievable. But this time around, as you said, all the African teams have done so well. And now there's a possibility, maybe, we're crossing our fingers, 3 teams of Africa may qualify for the second round. And now the Senegalese for sure are very happy, because when I saw them before, I was asking one question: we're missing Sadio Mane. What's going to happen this time around without Sadio Mane? And every one of them was telling me, you know what? Senegal has a deep squad. We can make it happen. And this is exactly what they did. They are very happy right now all over this place. They are just enjoying this moment because this is historic. As you know, in 2018, no African team went through past this stage. And they can remember back the time they were in this game, Senegal, they couldn't qualify only because of yellow cards. How bad can that be? But this time around, as Kalidou Koulibaly said, we are the Lions of Teranga, and they are really roaring and screaming. The Lions are now going to the second round. It's a great moment out here, brother.
Absolutely amazing. I watched that game Sunday and I was like, wow. And, you know, I was writing the script for this show and it was just crazy, bruh. It was just crazy. So for the other games, for the other African teams that are remaining, which ones do you think will likely make it through to the group of 16? Because as much as we want to be hopeful about Africa, we want to be positive, I don't think they're all going to make it to the next stage.
Yeah, you're right about that. It's not an easy one for sure. But if you look at Morocco right now, they're facing Canada. They have a chance, I think, as far as I've seen them playing. They're a great team. Hakimi is one of the great defenders of all time. He can always go up and down. He's good. And the team is always compact. And I think their chances are greater than ever before. And you know what? One thing that we have observed here with Morocco, they're playing here like they're back at home. They have so many fans around here. And as we always say, the fans have a very, very big chance of helping the teams to do well. There are more than 40,000 of them here. So Morocco has a very good chance. But also Ghana, who knows? Ghana could make it happen. They have a good team. You saw how they played. They lost to Portugal. But really, that was a great game. And the penalty was controversial, as you always know what happened. But I think Ghana can do it. Brazil and Cameroon, that's a tough one. I don't know what's going to happen. But Ringo Song said, we are not here just to participate. We are here to win. And because Brazil already qualified, who knows what's going to happen, what side of Brazil will see that day. And also, as you say, there have been so many surprises. Who knew Saudi Arabia could beat Argentina? Did you really think of that?
Absolutely amazing. Thank you there, Sunday. I know you about to go and party, man. You'll be partying all night tonight, but please do stand by. Don't go yet. We still have a show to cover, brother. And let's go to soccer analyst Brian Msekiwa, joining us via Skype from here in the United States. Koma Brian, no gamshira mshirongo.
Thank you. No gamshirai.
Thank you so much. What a day, what a night for Africans, for the Lions of Teranga.
The Lions of Teranga, last year, we are so happy with the Senegal qualifier to the next round, which is something that we expected. And we are encouraging other African teams to follow suit so that they will be able to participate in the round of 16. And I'm expecting Morocco and Ghana to follow them into the round of 16. But so far, the World Cup is very, very exciting.
And what next for Senegal? How far do you see them going?
Senegal is a very good team with experienced players who play in Europe. And more than likely, based on what I'm seeing right now, they might end up facing England. And it will be a 50-50 game. England is not going to be guaranteed of a win against any African teams. African teams, now they know how to play soccer. It's just a matter of knowing how to plan your game well before you enter into the field, and also taking chances. As you can see, even from the tournament, each team, even the low-ranked Qatar, they are able to create chances. It's just a matter of executing them, making goals. Even if you watched this game yesterday, it was Brazil and Switzerland. They could match Brazil toe to toe. It's only that experience was the factor in the scoreline. But each team in the tournament is actually showing everyone else that a World Cup is not a given anymore to anybody. And right now I can't even tell you or guess who is going to win it. Any team is able to win it.
Saka zvinosanganisira zvikwata zvekuAfrica here apa?
No, I don't think any of the African teams will be able to win the trophy, but we expect Senegal to go all the way to the semi-final because one talent, one experience, and one skill to do that.
Siyamuzwa lapho uBrian Msekiwa ingcwethi kwezemidlalo. Uthi yena hayi impela idlalile iSenegal yanqoba lamhlanje. Uthi ngokubona kwakhe ngeke satsho definitely kathesi ukuthi iliphi iqembu elizathatha inkezo yeFIFA World Cup. Kodwa ngiyambuza ngithi ubona amaqembu elinye lamaqembu ase-Africa lawo Senegal, Cameroon, Morocco le Ghana, ubona either one of them, any one of them engenelisa yini ukuyiphakamisa inkezo? Uthi hayi cha ubona ehamba esiya kumabuqamama kodwa akabona ukuthi likhona iqembu lase-Africa elingathatha linkezo. Coming to you Sunday. That's Sunday Shomari, our colleague, VOA reporter in Doha, Qatar. Brian Msekiwa here, our sports analyst, says, yes, he sees, these African teams going so far, but he doesn't think any one of them is a serious contender for the World Cup tournament.
Absolutely. I mean, he's right because it's a tough game. You could see how the games went. But one thing I always tell people, this World Cup, I have named it the World Cup of surprises. We have seen so many surprises. Nobody gave a chance to an Iranian team, which the first game lost 6-3. Did you think they could ever win the game? But guess what? We knew and we saw what they did the next game. Japan beat Germany. Nobody thought that would happen. But guess what? The next game, you saw what those guys did to them. Japan lost to a team that lost the first game 7-0. I mean, how do you really compare and determine that? What does that translate to? It says anybody has a chance and anybody can do something. So I think, to me, not about the trophy, but what I think, all the African teams have not gone through the quarterfinals. So this is the time for Africa to go through past that and all the way, at least to the semifinals. Simba wa Teranga, Lions of Teranga couldn't do it 2002, but they might do it now. Ghana also, if you remember, they're almost, but Uruguay stopped them. And now they will face Uruguay next time around, the coming game. That's what I want to see.
Absolutely, absolutely amazing. Thank you there, Shomari and Brian. Please do stay on the line, gentlemen, as we take a short break. We'll be right back. For those who've just joined us, this is Studio 7 Live Talk. And tonight we are talking about the FIFA Soccer World Cup matches currently underway in Qatar. We are streaming live on our Facebook pages, VOA Shona, VOA Ndebele, and VOA Studio 7. We are also live on YouTube at VOA Zimbabwe. Now going back to our guest, sile ntatheli zindaba Studio 7 uSunday Shomari okhona le kwele Qatar kanye le ngcwethi kwezemidlalo uBrian Msekiwa. Ngithi sile ntatheli zindaba ngoba bekumele sibe lenye intatheli zindaba yesibili uJafet Mwele Dube oyingcwethi njalo kwezemidlalo oseZimbabwe, kodwa kukhanya ucingo lwakhe alusangeni kuhle. Mkoma Brian ndidzo ke kwa muri maskati ano tichaona Iran ichitamba ne-USA uyezve pane derby in courts between Wales ne-England. Muri kuona zvichifamba sei pamutambo iyi?
Padaba apa ndo pari very exciting. Vanhu veku-UK, United Kingdom, whether Ireland, Wales, even other nations, vane rivalry pache zvavo kuti who is going to be who is the best among the three regions. Ndiri kuona England ichiwina zvayo, but ichaomeserwa neWales, because Wales vari kungofaitira for pride kuti vakwanise kungokunda England for their pride. But ndiri kuona England kuti ine ma-players are too skilled to be able to pull through, to go through to the next round. Then in Iran USA, makaona game USA in a young team, it is very good. Vakadraw ne England, and you can tell kuti USA, it's a very strong team. Inokwanisa kurova Iran easily. Saka ndiri kuona USA ne England vachiwina both matches today, vachiqualify to the round of 16.
Liyamuzi yakhuluma lapho uBrian uthi ubona iEngland inqoba iWales lamhlanje. Mhlawumbe ke mbuzela uSunday Shomari intatheli zindaba yethu going to Sunday now. What are your predictions, Sunday, about the Iran-USA game and as well as the Wales and England, the so-called derby?
These are very interesting games, my friend Nkomo, because what we remember, these Iranian boys, they lost their first game but you saw their heart and soul in their second game. And also the US team is a very young team, but keep in mind, it has a lot of talents. You have players in the Premier League, you have players in Italy, you have players in Spain. It is a very, very talented team. So I'm thinking US can win because they need it so bad, but if not, it could be a draw, 1-1.
Thank you there, Sunday. And tomorrow we have in Group D, we have Tunisia taking on France. That sounds like suicide for Tunisia, doesn't it?
Absolutely. With the talented French team, with Kylian Mbappe, who is very hungry, looking for goals like crazy, and nobody's business in Giroud, it's crazy. Well, I feel sorry for Tunisia, but I'm hoping, as I said, it's a World Cup of surprises. I'm hoping they might give us a good surprise, which we don't know is going to happen, but maybe they can hold on. If you saw Brazil and Switzerland, yesterday I was talking to Brazilian fans. You know what they told me, Nkomo?
What?
They said it's not about winning. It's about the number of goals. It could be 5, 6, 7, 8. But guess what? What did we see? So you can never say nothing can happen. Anything can happen in this World Cup, even if Tunisia doesn't win that game. But I think they can hold their own, especially having a lot of supporters in this country. Just like I said with Morocco, there are so many Tunisians here. So when they play, they feel like they're playing from home. This is like their home ground. Everyone is here supporting, cheering. And we call that cheer is player number 12. You got 11 players, but those fans are player number 12. So that could be the part that is very important for Tunisia against France.
Absolutely, Sunday. Liyamuzwa uyakhuluma lapho uSunday, ngikhuluma ngama-games akhona kusasa. Imidlalo ekhona iTunisia izancikilana leFrance. Ngiyambuza lapho uSunday ukuthi ubona izalankomoni lapho ngoba iFrance yiyo ama-defending champions, iTunisia ayidlali kuhle. So uSunday uthi hayi yebo kungaba yi-suicide kodwa sizabona ukuthi izadlala njani iTunisia ngoba as they say, surprises are what makes soccer such a beautiful game. I-Australia izadlala kusasa le-Denmark, i-Poland yona izancikilana le-Argentina. Asazi ukuthi yozalankomoni lapho kubo Messi baqala ngani bayatatarika, but hayi ngani bayitholile i-rhythm kuzokuthi umdlalo wokugcina kusasa kusasa i-Saudi Arabia izadlala le-Mexico. Brian, give us your last word. Who do you see taking this the World Cup Championship this year in 10 seconds?
I'm putting my money on Spain. Spain, it's a team with some weaknesses based on what I saw them play. Defense is strong, mid strong, even strike force yao very strong. Ndikona Spain ichikwanisa kupinda ma-finals ne-Brazil. Brazil, even though it's very good, but ndakaona some weaknesses even at the defense. Pakuti vakakwasa kuwana someone anomhanya anokwasa kuonesa ma-defenders awaya namo, because ma-defenders they are very good but havana speed yekuita counter ma-speeders.
Thank you there, Brian. I'm sorry we have to leave it there. We are out of time. Ingcwethi kwezemidlalo uBrian Msekiwa uthi hayi ubona ke iSpain iphakamisa inkezo yeFIFA Soccer World Cup lonyaka. And I would like to say thanks also to our VOA reporter Sunday Shomari from Doha in Qatar. Good night, Zimbabwe. I'm Tungamili Nkomo.